Now in this question here we're asked to calculate the shaded area, and we can see that the curve which we're given cuts the axis. So if I can get a pen here, oops. So there's two areas here we've got to worry about. There's this first one here, which we'll call A, area A, and then below the graph, below the axis rather, we'll call this one area B. So we've got to work both areas out separately. Now, we know the end and start points of each area because we're given them here. We've got -1, 1 and 3. So then it becomes a straightforward integration problem here. So for area A, to get that area we have to integrate between -1 and 1. That's the boundaries for area A. And we integrate x squared, the function, minus 4x plus 3. So that gives us the area between the curve and the x-axis. So just integrating that, applying the rules of integration, add 1 to the index and divide by the new index, we get x cubed over 3 minus 4x squared over 2, which becomes minus 2x squared, and 3 becomes plus 3x. We put our square brackets and we write our boundaries at the end here, 1 and -1. Then it's a question of subbing in first the top boundary, 1. So we get 1 cubed over 3 a third, minus 2 x squared just becomes 1 squared is 1, plus 3, 3 times 1 is 3, minus what you get when you sub -1 in, and that's here. You've got to be careful with the sign. -1 cubed is a negative, -1 squared gives us +1, but we've got the minus in front of the 2, and then minus plus 3 times 1 is 1 gives us -3. So then we expand out, well, we work this first one out here. A third minus 2 plus 3 is, minus 2 plus 3 is 1, so that's 1 and a third, minus, and in this bracket we've got -5 and a third, -5 minus a third, -5 and a third. So the first area A, is 6 2/3 square units. Then we do a similar thing for area B, but this time it's the integral between 1, the intersect here with the x-axis, and 3 of the same function. So we integrate and get the same, obviously, but this time it's between 3 and 1. And we sub in 3 carefully. 3 cubed gives us 27. Just check that you can do that. And then we take away what we get when we sub a 1 into this expression. So we end up with this here. The first one here, we've got 27 over 3 is just 9, plus 9 minus 18 is 0. And this one here becomes -2 plus 3 is 1, 1 and a third inside the bracket, but it's -1 and a third. Now, we know that that doesn't make sense for an area. You can't have a negative area. And the fact that it's minus, which we knew we would get because we're below the x-axis, that's why we're getting a minus. But we never get a minus area, so we say the area is actually positive and 1 and a third, and then we just, to get the final answer, we add the two areas, 6 2/3 for A, 1 and a third for B, giving us a final answer of